Hey everyone, and welcome to the best of 3 Call of Duty Esports Podcast. Rex has gonna have luscious lips today. Wow. But, you know, we're the week of CDL Chicago. It's going to be a good one. But of course, before we get into anything else, guys, I gotta ask, what's going on?
Josh, I am feeling like a tidal wave is lifting up my heart and spitting it back out into the universe for everyone to kiss.
Oh,
okay.
We're kissing.
I was thinking the spitting was going to be negative, but I've got it turned around.
I'm ready for today.
You are.
Yes. I'm feeling good. You don't even have to ask.
Okay. There you go. All right. That's good to hear. So, Of course, guys, like I said, CDL Chicago, of course, is online. It's not on LAN, unfortunately, because this would have been a crazy event if it was on LAN. You hate to see it, but it should be a really fun time today. We got a lot to go over. Obviously, there was a lot of news this weekend with Challengers stuff. A $50,000 tournament happened this weekend, and a lot more. So it should be a pretty exciting podcast with a lot of news to talk about today, which is fun, which is always the best time. The best time.
It is the best time.
So, of course, you can find us on Twitter at SalvationsElite for myself, at Bash_Bo3 for Sam, and, of course, for Rex, at ShadyNero. And you can find us on where podcasts can be found. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, if you guys are watching here. We do appreciate that as well. So, first, before we get anything else, I wanted to say real quick, but at the end of the podcast, we're going to be talking about a little community fantasy league. So, be on the lookout for that. We'll appreciate you guys tuning in for the rest of the podcast. We'll talk about it at some point near the end, of course, doing a little bit of a fun community competition.
It'll be fun.
I think so.
Yeah.
But with that said, we can hop right into the news. All right.
Hey.
So, first off, ironically staying on the fantasy topic, I posted a video about it on Monday tonight, if you guys haven't seen that already. But DraftKings hopped into the COD League world, and they're now doing Draft Buff now has some competition with DraftKings now
mainstream
in the esports world. Yeah, I mean, this week a few like daily fantasy sites have picked up esports, but DraftKings was the only one to pick up COD. I saw League of Legends was added to the fantasy app Sleeper, if you're aware of that. But so yeah, esports getting its love because considering sports is MIA for now. But so that's really interesting. I put a video about that. I made a little fantasy lineup for DraftKings. See how it does this weekend.
We'll see.
I think it's going to be pretty insane. I mean, maybe I would walk away with like $10,000. If I do that, boys, this podcast is going to be crazy next week. That's all I'm saying.
Have numbers been up for like just across the board for esports just because of the whole quarantine?
I don't know.
Have numbers been up? Because people talk about how like numbers are going to go.
I mean, Twitch has
really
definitely
high now.
been up.
I would, I mean, best guess. I mean, it has to be, right? Like, even with the whole, like, even just like certain sports broadcasting, virtual sports, even in that sense, you know,
I saw they were doing like NASCAR on ESPN, but, like the NASCAR
Formula
video
1
game.
and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
2K's tournaments.
Like, obviously, the whole situation is, you know, crappy with what's going on, but it is cool to see, you know, esports giving some love where
it seems like it's going to get more accepted mainstream, kind of. I think maybe that's where you're going with it.
Yes. No, yeah. No, absolutely. Like, just like.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
sure.
It's no longer like this like closet sport. It's like, this is a thing. Accept it. It's coming into the real world. So, sorry, boomers.
It's going to. I'm telling
Sorry,
you right
boomers.
now, esports will be the next big thing. I'm telling you, it's going to be. Like, there's
I
no
hope
way
so.
it doesn't become.
Yeah.
I'm about that.
Yeah.
So, so that'll be interesting. I'm actually really excited to see how that plays out. Hopefully, they hold on to it long term because like I'd be really excited about that. I've used DraftKings before for like NFL and NBA stuff, and so I'm by no means no high roller. I usually play in like $2 leagues or something, if that. But
it could be a chance though for the hardcore fans to get some money because if you know, obviously if everyone who's playing is hardcore fans,
well, that'll be interesting because like who's going to be playing in the DraftKings COD stuff? Will it be like the people who are addicted to playing daily fantasy who normally do sports and they absolutely know nothing about
and they're just gonna go for it,
CoD Esports, and just go for it? Or is it going to be like a situation where all of us hardcore fans are just going to be going all in on this DraftKings stuff? So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So I don't know. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on that, seeing how tough the competition is out there. I'll let you guys know next week. See how this goes.
Let us know your
I'll probably be out $10. That's probably what's going to happen.
Crap.
But along with the news, of course, this weekend was the first of 5 Challengers Cups online. Basically, like, locally works out to be like $25,000 tournaments, roughly, for depending on what bracket you're in, the North American, Europe, or Asian Pacific, the APAC brackets. So it's actually really, really interesting. I mean, it was a really cool, for sure. The most of the time I watched was North American tournaments, but I watched a little bit of the Europe stuff with Team War going at it and all. But Singularity was playing, once again, in the North American ladder, and lo and behold, these dudes are insane, man. They're crazy. They won it again. They won again. Shocker. Bids, Chain, Maple, Detain, Insight, the squad, of course, coming in. They beat Gintroid and Stamino's squad in the finals, which their team's name was Steve is Old. Awakening, Gintroid, Stamino, Willet, Kaiser. And then Triumph came in third. That was Royalty, Fellow, Nagafin, Standy, Dave Petey squad who won last week.
Yep.
And then fourth, FaZe Academy. And then top 5 or 5th and 6th was Cade squad. And then as well, top 6 was Parasite squad with Glow Frosty, Pollock, Spoof, and Zaptius. So again, man, like we said last week, online, LAN, it's the same names week in and week out.
It is cool to see that. Like, this is like more evidence of, it sucks to be online, but we are seeing
talent
still the same top 5, 6 people go, be the same. So
yeah, I mean,
whether from LAN to online, it's like the same people are winning,
and they're playing in bigger tournaments, more rounds, and these same teams are still coming out near the top every single time. So again, guys, I mean, we are going to talk potentially later in the episode, or later in this episode. This is episode 20, by the way.
That's
exciting.
Pretty cool.
It's episode 20.
Nice.
But later about there was a post on Reddit this week about like the validity of online. We might hit on that if we have some time left at the end of the podcast. But it was another interesting one. So there's 4 more left. They'll be spread out throughout the rest of the year. And again, we always keep you guys updated on that type of stuff because I think it's really interesting. Europe wise, the Europe side of things, the Connects, which was Mad Cat, Weeman, Nolson, Nasty, and Linny. So the London Royal Ravens Academy team, they took the cake. They beat Team War, which is basically their squad with Vortex, PD, Harry, Denza, and Dave in the finals. Obtained Esports Team BDS, which that was, I think, that's the French team, right? With So they had a really interesting one as well. Train Hard was in top 6 as well. So again, man, all the names we expect to be at the top were there. Mad Cat gets another championship. You'll have to see that.
Still
for him.
showing he still got it. Maybe he'll get into that starting position at some point.
Right.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. So Singularity, how many pro teams could Singularity beat?
Man,
where would
so
they rank?
hard.
If they were a pro team, where would they be ranked, do you think? Because they look
so
really, really good.
Are we saying if these 5 versus pro teams?
Pro teams, where would you put them in the power rankings?
Man, it's hard to say they'd be better than almost anyone, even though they're so good.
Do you see them play online? Like, it's just different. Like, it's so much faster, so much more like, it just looks like there's so much more going on when they're playing.
I mean, I'd give them a chance against the bottom 4 teams, probably. It's hard to imagine.
A chance? You don't think they would beat the bottom 4 teams easily?
It's so hard to say. Okay, I mean, like, they were playing in, like, 10s lobbies this week, or, like, the past 2 weeks that they've been in the United States. I mean, like, they were playing well, but they were by no means, like, dominating the 10s lobbies. But it might be a situation where these guys just are so good at playing together. Like, they're just a great team. And, like, we've seen it.
Could be a Rokkr situation.
I mean, if you're winning your locals, like, if you're winning all the locals, you're winning all the, online ones consistently, and they look really good.
Bro, are these guys going to make, these guys going to make more money than, like, the Guerillas this year? Like,
probably could.
I mean,
at
the
this
Guerillas
point,
contracts, I'm sure they're making more money.
Well,
winnings-wise, yeah.
Winnings, but, like, not salary, obviously. Like,
I mean, yeah, if you're getting 50K plus benefits. But, I mean, if you're winnings, I mean, it'll be close.
Which, but
these guys are probably getting paid by Singularity.
Like,
something, at least.
This is cool to see, like, this is sort of on topic, too, but, like, it's cool to see that the AM scene is still, they have a reason to work hard. Like, they haven't been forgotten. Like, like these 5 cups are pretty cool.
Yeah,
to
we were
see.
worried about that. Oh, the coverage. We didn't even talk about that. I mean, do you guys get a chance to check out any of that tournament
I
at
did.
all when it came to the
Yeah, they
coverage?
were casting for it.
It was Lando
stuff.
and
Like,
I didn't know
it
the other
wasn't as
guy.
good
A handful of
casting as you
others.
did for Pro
Okay.
League, but
They brought in Benson later on for the finals, and
That's cool.
Mhm.
so I mean, it was cool coverage.
I am getting I mean that's definitely cool to see. Like I was
Better
very
than-
nervous for this, but
To be fair though,
Yeah.
the audio was still real rough.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't figured out the audio delays situation yet when it comes to like game audio versus announcer audio. Still a little bit of a struggle, which is a little bit unfortunate to see considering we have another tournament in 4 days,
Yeah.
but hopefully they can get that
Yeah.
figured out by the weekend because that was so annoying.
yeah,
Again, I mean, I get there's going to be problems early on, but you know,
I
it's
think
rough when
Singularity is easily middle of the pack team.
really.
I think so.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There's an
I
argument
could
for
see
it.
I could see them getting into like top
Okay,
4,
with
top 5.
Singularity versus LAG, who'd you take?
Singularity.
Singularity.
Probably Singularity.
I think so.
How do you not take Singularity? They took
Subliners.
3 AMs
Subliners.
and put them into. I think Singularity. How could you not say that?
Man,
I feel like confidently you can say
it'd be close.
yeah, confidently you can say it'd be close. I think I agree with you, Rex, because like right now, like we're still seeing CDL middle pack teams are just jumbled up a little bit, right? I feel like you
Mhm.
could throw them in there too, honestly.
You probably could.
Probably
I
could.
mean,
But I mean,
It was
honestly, like
a-
we don't know.
they looked so dominant in that final. Like, it wasn't even close. I mean, they ended up losing the Dom by like 1 point. It's like 152 to 151 in the final. But like, I mean, this is the first time we've seen a European team consistently
Dominate
the
everyone.
AMs.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm forgetting somebody in the past like 5 years, I don't remember anyone doing this.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like
If
them,
it was like old tournaments,
Yeah.
like they would be in the pro. Like they would have gotten in.
yeah, that's the thing. Okay, yeah, they would be in the pro league if this was World War II.
Yeah.
Because they would have by this point earned enough pro points to qualify for the pro league.
hmm
So like that's really unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's a really interesting question. I mean, they might be able to compete with like a Seattle or something. It'd be interesting to see. It's hard
You
to
think
imagine.
might? I don't know, man. I can see them doing really well.
I think we can confidently say though is if there's expansion teams next year, I think they've
this
solidified.
roster's getting picked
I
up.
think this roster has solidified
Yeah.
themselves as being picked up, which is cool too.
Well, I bet you anything, Gladiators hit up like players on that team, but that team was like, we're not going to separate because we're so good. And they're planning for next year that they're all just going to get picked up as one unit and then
Right.
go to this expansion team
I
and
mean,
go and dominate.
Again, with like at this point, the problem with this whole Corona thing is we just don't know if there's going to be an expansion team at this point. It throws such a
Yeah.
wrench into the plans, you know.
Also,
so
it's a
who
new
knows?
game.
And a
It's
new game, and that's a
So,
big
like-
difference. It's hard to bank on an old roster like that for a new game.
Yeah.
So
True.
we'll see. I don't know.
True.
Like in my mind, like if you're a new expansion team, I think you'd rather pick up like a Parasite and just be like, all right, build a team with it for us, and then see what happens. Just because like you've seen that. Like, we haven't seen these guys do this for years and years, so it is a gamble if you pick up this roster. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
True.
If the game was the same, I would think it's an easy pickup, but it's like,
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, my hope was that like some team, like bad team, like Ultra Subliners, that they would just be like, all right, we're just gonna drop our roster and we're just gonna pick up these 5.
Well, I mean,
and go with
realistically,
it."
that's what Toronto should do.
Probably.
Yeah, but they're
honestly.
not going to. You know how many subs they have? They're spending so
How
much
yeah.
money.
money
on
they spend.
They'd have to dish out like 400K, 500K to drop their guys.
more. Like they already have a huge roster. Like
It's insane what they did. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
putting out a ton of money, and then they've lost their social media team, or like some.
Oh,
of
yeah,
them,
there's
like
no
the
chance.
Fire people, like their money financially, Ultra cannot be good.
No, for sure. But yeah. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. The final piece of news, I guess, was the Arcitys interview that they did with who was it? Benson.
I think you said Benson Momo,
Oh yeah, Benson, Momo, and
and then you said
Who's the other?
Miles.
Miles. Yeah, it was Miles. And it was really interesting. It was shout out to Arcitys because that was an awesome interview. Like he was literally like, all right, I'll just be real with you guys. And when they asked him pretty tough questions for the most part, and like one they asked was really interesting was like, has General even come close to like the starting lineup, basically? And he was like, yeah, cause like right before Dallas, they Arcitys was like considering like yo, this is terrible.
Not working.
Because I mean, like we talked about last podcast. This is why I didn't pick them to compete or like not to win the last tournament, was because they were getting big smoked by like
LAG,
Toronto,
right?
LAG,
Yeah.
Paris. It was looking bad.
It was just a weird role change. Like, it just didn't make the most sense.
They were doing well. I don't understand why they would change. Like,
Yeah.
why not just get better? Maybe they thought they couldn't, but what do you think Formal's going to do this week? Do you think he's going to do AR? Think they're going to put him back at sub
Well,
again?
I think they switched back.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Arcitys said they have switched back.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Arcitys was like, yeah, I mean, we just need to try something different.
Mhm.
And they said they quickly realized that that was not the answer.
Yeah.
So,
But why?
so
like,
Arcitys,
are their vibes so bad that they like were like,
Okay.
we need to change something?
that was the
Like,
interesting, that was another,
What was so wrong?
the interview was so good. I mean, he literally said, yeah, I mean, in game, he was like, yeah, Formal just didn't know how to run like the annoying sub type role like that Arcitys runs. Like he rotates early.
Of course.
He's playing the Slayer. He's slaying out like on the rotation.
Mhm.
You know, unlike Formal who plays hill and like is
Yep.
trying to slay around the hill. And it's like that just didn't work for Respawn. But then he did say like he said they've thought that most of their problems were out of game. Like they just feel like they don't know how to play together. They don't know how to play as a team. Not just in game, but like communicate as a team and like work together as a team.
Yeah. I think that was like one of the things that people were like worried about, right? Like,
Yeah.
was like, will this team have good vibes? You know, they're all 5 individually good players, but will they work together as a team? And maybe we're kind of seeing that struggle with the role switch there. But hopefully, you know, I assume that if they come out hot this weekend, that they'll feel fine. But
for sure.
I'm sure they're just frustrated, honestly, for not performing well.
Yeah. So the other juicy bit of info that he said there was this was the first time this week. This was the first time this whole year where they had gone into a lobby together and gone over S&D strats.
It's just wild.
The first time the whole year. They said they only learned from playing scrims at the beginning of the year, their strats.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said like during the Piccadilly, Scump said like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, what do I need to do?
That's crazy.
Like,
At this point in the
I
year,
feel so lost. Is what he
don't
like.
know
He
what to
like
do.
in quotes like, I feel so lost on Piccadilly. Like, yo, it's
That's crazy.
bro. It's April.
See, like, I can see that mindset for like Dom, like, but like when you have potentially playing 2 S&Ds, how are you not like so 100% confirmed with your team what you're doing? Like, it's mind
S&D is
blowing.
like the most important one in my
It
mind.
really is.
When like it's the thing that you can just go over. Like,
Exactly.
It's so easy to go over.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're gonna be here. I will do this. We will set up like this. If bomb goes this way, we will do this.
Mhm.
Like, it's pretty simple plans.
Yeah.
And like for pros, I mean, again, they rely on the natural instinct because
I was just gonna say, yeah.
all of them are so insanely talented
Yeah.
naturally, and like that's what Arcitys was saying. He's like,
Mhm.
he's mind blown they've ever lost a hard point. Is like basically what he was saying. Like, I can't believe we've ever lost one. So I mean, he definitely said they got cocky, they got lazy
Mhm.
after they won the first one.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what happened last year with OpTic too. So it's just a thing.
It's crazy how like you would think like you would like kind of learn from that, but it just seems to be a consistent like you think you're really good, you don't need to do this, and then you figure it out midway through the season. Oh crap!
And the Mutineers are out here beating you.
They
Again,
just, like, they just don't know. They just like don't know what they're fighting for in a sense. Like, why are we training? So, like, what are we? You know, does that make sense?
well, I mean, I think that's why like
what's driving them?
well now is to prove people wrong.
Because
Yeah,
they've lost
exactly. And that's a good motivator.
two series in a row, or
And
two,
they've lost.
two home
They got
series
eliminated by the Mutineers twice. Like, bro,
when they definitely shouldn't have.
yeah. So I mean, like that is, it's actually insane. Like what?
So yeah, we'll see this weekend. Obviously, if it proves that they can do it or not. I don't know. Do you think if they lose, let's
Imagine if they blow it. What if they blow it?
If they blow it,
They play. They play. Who they play round one?
they play
Subliners.
Subliners round
What
one.
if the Subliners beat them round one?
I know.
Could you imagine?
Do you think things start to
They
change?
play London in the elimination round.
Do you think things start to change if they don't make it out of groups, like as in roster changes?
Maybe.
That's weird.
That's when you look at that gunless situation. You're like,
Yeah, crap. Like maybe
because you'd have to imagine, based off everything you see in scrims, it's the gunless envoy thing, right? Or is it gunless scump?
If something changes,
If it's that situation,
if someone has to go, it's either going to be envoy or gunless. Don't you think? But like I'm like in that, like, whereas like they're not going to play with each other anymore, and then maybe gunless goes because envoy.
Well, we
the
know
better.
Scump's untouchable.
Yes, formal too.
Formal's, untouchable. I don't know how.
Formal will
I think that's
do
almost
whatever
a
he
problem
wants.
for them. Is like that they are so untouchable that like they know they could be terrible. Like they just need to be good enough, and their jobs are secure to be on the best team with like and be considered the best in the world.
Because you got to imagine too, like Arcitys,
it.
Gunless, and Envoy are probably like, well, Formal and Scump are not going to go anywhere, so it's going to be one of us three.
And Envoy's been one of the best players this year, so you can't get rid of him. And then you come down to Arcitys or Gunless. Arcitys is the fun vibe guy.
Yeah.
But Formal is Gunless's friend.
I know. So
then if you dump Gunless, does that piss off Formal, and now Formal's tilted? It's a touchy situation.
Arcitys and Gunless live together. They're super close friends.
Yeah,
that is
they
true.
are.
I think Envoy's the odd man out, to be honest.
But he's so good.
Could you imagine trading Envoy for like Dashy right now?
And apparently
they literally couldn't change anything other than like one of them will be like, okay, guys, I'll step down.
That's
or
why
I'll
this
step out.
tournament they have to win here. If they don't, oh my word!
I didn't think about it, but this is probably one of the biggest tournaments for them.
Yeah.
In the fact of like, do they make a change or not?
Yeah.
So
no, it's really interesting. I mean, I hadn't really thought about it like that until like right now, like you said, and I just don't know. That would be. I mean, it would be. Fun to talk
retiring.
About.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I see Scump retiring.
No, there had to be something in his contract.
Retiring. I see Formal leaving the Huntsman. I think what they've done, like I feel like Scump, Formal, like they've kind of lost their reason for doing it, if that makes sense.
Unless they win.
Like, the climb up to being the best is like, that's where the thrill comes in. That's where the drive comes in.
Right.
Like once you're there, especially Scump, like he's world renowned. Everyone knows who he is. He's the best player in the world. He's the king of COD. Been around forever. He's done this. Now it's super, super, super formal and professional. It's like, I've peaked. Like there's nothing else for him to accomplish anymore.
Well, I mean, imagine this. If they let's imagine some crazy world where they blow it against the Subliners and then they get eliminated by London, then they don't play for a month. They don't play till May 22nd again in Seattle.
Some serious things happening.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So for drama's sake, it'd be fun times, but
it would not.
That would be bad for the COD League. Yes, that would be bad for the COD League. All right, let's officially get into our bracket predictions. Obviously, we already kind of talked about some situations here.
Yeah,
but these are the official predictions for CDL Chicago.
Yes.
There's a lot going on here. Obviously, as you guys can see, here is the bracket. There we go. All right, there it is. The official bracket for the league. We're gonna fill it in as we go along here. So we'll start with Group A here, go through the first round matchups, and we'll take it away from there.
Yeah.
So, all right, boys, what you got? London FaZe, round 1.
FaZe.
I mean, again, like, how do you not pick FaZe?
Yeah, I mean, they've had a long time off. They got to be itching to get back out here to play. I mean, same with London, obviously.
Yeah, London too. But
and again, this group's tough, especially for the Subliners.
Yeah, this group
London
rough.
did just make their switch too, right? So they took Rated out.
Rated out, and then
Shawnee's in.
Shawnee's in.
Because of the whole unfortunate, nasty situation.
Yes.
So, I mean, I could see London taking a map or two. At least maybe a map. I could see London taking a map.
We gotta think though. I mean, FaZe is gonna come out hot. Like they're ready to go. They know they're beatable. They're gonna come out strong. I don't know.
Hard to imagine.
But London's not a weak team. London's never been a weak team.
I agree. Like I said, we were talking about this before the podcast, and I was like, man, I wish London was in the other group so we could get like a more fair shake to see what they're gonna be like.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. London got screwed here.
Best case scenario for London, we see them lose to FaZe, and then we see them lose to like the Huntsmen.
I know.
Yeah,
that is unfortunate.
Well, we got to see them beat the Subliners potentially if in a situation like that, if it plays out or something like that. Like really unfortunate
grouping
because I really want to see what London can do, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to get a fair shake to see what they can do here. So I'm gonna say FaZe as well. I would not be surprised if this is a 3-1.
Yeah,
I'd probably expect a 3-1 there. And
I'm not totally counting London out. Like London, I could see them pulling an upset on the Huntsman or FaZe. I could see them pulling an upset.
it would be really surprising, though.
It would be.
It would be really surprising.
It would be surprising, but it would be an upset that's like not totally like uncalled for, you know?
Yeah.
For
Like
sure.
Like if LAG beat the Huntsman or something, it's like, okay, that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Right.
But like
Absolutely.
London,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, London has strength, and we knew they
London
had
is
strength.
talented. They're talented.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. I mean, it's just like based off last year where like you could never underestimate reciprocity. This year, like London just feels
I know.
so much more boring.
That is the
But
unfortunate
Weskins
thing.
is so crazy right
I know.
now. It's like
it's
what?
a weird situation where like Weskins is like turning up out of nowhere.
Where he was so boring.
Where
the
he was
last
so
2
boring.
years.
Yeah.
And then now he's insane.
Yeah.
I'm still mind blown by London's roster right now because it's like on paper they should be insane
They should
if
be
Weskins
really
is
good.
playing like this. But it's like I don't know. We'll talk more about them here in a second. But Huntsman, Subliners. Again, man, this is
Huntsman.
it's scary. It's scary in a way. Like Mac Melts, you get to
I
see
don't
what
see
Mac can
Subliners
do.
beating them.
That is true. Matt, I don't know
Yeah.
a whole lot about Mac Mount, so he could come out and just be like
I mean,
amazing.
They've been getting the hype from like the coaches poll and
Yeah.
from the scrims. They've been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their chance. This is their chance to show that the
Yeah.
league have a glimmer of hope in this league right now.
Yeah.
Because
Let's see what Mac Melts can do.
I would love to see it be competitive. At least in my opinion, I would love to see a game 5 here.
Mhm.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. But I just don't know if it's gonna happen. I'll take the Huntsman as
Wow.
well. But yeah, I'm not too confident in any subliner type of play here.
Yeah.
So Rex, if you want to type in your answers here.
Yeah.
So we got London and Subliners. All of us have London and Subliners playing.
Yep.
In the losers round 1, the elimination bracket, we got FaZe and the Huntsman. Finally lining up here to play after 4 months of waiting
hype.
for this.
I know.
Of waiting for this moment. We finally get to see the FaZe Huntsman match. I mean, who you guys got, right? Who you guys got?
It's so
I've
hard.
definitely got FaZe.
Hmm.
I mean, it's gonna be tough, but I feel like you gotta say FaZe. Huntsman, like you said, they've been having problems. They've been talking about having problems.
I don't know.
FaZe seems to be much more cohesive, and really don't hear a lot of drama coming from FaZe. And they're really, really good. So
It's hard though
I see
too,
FaZe
but it's
taking
like
it.
it could be a situation where it's like the Huntsman Empire, where it's like Empire is by no means a bad team, but Huntsman just have their number. Maybe just the matchups are perfect where Huntsman take FaZe,
Yeah.
but
This is the type of situation where it's
It
like
gives yeah.
Huntsman, they've been waiting for this game
forever.
the whole year
Yeah.
because they've been second hand to FaZe.
Mhm.
Like if there was ever a game where the Huntsmen were going to try and go 100% full try hard, it's
Mhm.
going to be this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't
This is
be
their
surprised
reason
at all if they
to
win
play
it.
well.
But like,
This is their reason to play well. I could see Huntsman winning.
It's just like if you don't pick FaZe though, it just seems like I don't know, man.
again, I mean, I have to stick by what I've believed this whole time. FaZe are in a tier of their own.
I know. It sounds boring, but yeah, FaZe I think is just gonna take it.
I think they're in a tier of their own.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
We'll see.
obviously,
I don't know.
I mean, we get some
Actually.
juicy matchups here early.
Mm.
I mean, in my opinion, the London FaZe match is at least really fun to watch. Then you get to see Mac Melts play against the Huntsman. Then you got like the Empire OGLA match down below, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And then you get second round, you get FaZe Huntsman. So like, jeez.
Yeah.
Crazy. So
Yeah.
all right, we're
Yeah.
all gonna take FaZe. I think it's either gonna be a 3-1 or a 3-2. Really bold predictions, I know, but it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I would expect another 3-1 here from FaZe.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be 3-0. Like
I'd be really surprised.
it'd be surprising, not out of the realm of possibility, obviously, but like obviously, like with the Huntsman Rokkr matchup, it was a 3-0, but it was a close 3-0.
Yeah, like
So,
that
like-
would be how it would go if it was
Yeah,
if that
but
situation.
you would think it'd be like at least 3-1.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so London Subliners in the elimination match here. Boom. This is a fun one.
This would be an interesting game.
This is actually really fun.
You have two teams with a role change,
And
or
two
not
teams who
role.
really need a win here.
Yeah.
They both really feel like, I mean, Subliners really need the win.
Yeah.
It's hard not to pick London here, but I kind of want to take the subline.
What if, like Mac melts? What if the hype just carries over and they?
I kind of want to hop on the hype train, but
could be.
I mean, like that clip was going around on Twitter of him just absolutely smoking Octane on Hackney Yard. It was like a 3-bullet from like warehouse. Like,
yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Crazy.
I didn't see that.
I don't know, man. Okay, who do you guys got?
I'm going with London. I think Subliners. I mean, I just don't. They seem so mysterious to me, and we're expecting Mac Melt to be this guy that's going to be a hero for the team, where London already has strong players. They've been consistently middle to upper middle pack. Wuskins is insane. I don't think one person on Subliners is going to like be able to destroy all of this like somewhat pretty good team, you know?
That's a good point.
But man, you're replacing Happy with a guy who I think is a really great player.
But you still got accuracy on your team.
That's a big
That's a
brick
big
to carry
it
behind
really is.
Well, you also use 0 and you replace him with Mac Bell. So like it's you know.
It's good.
I think
I do think there's more
Subliners maybe need
deep-rooted-
more time or something, but
I agree.
I don't know.
I think
London
there's
takes
deeper-
it more seriously too. It's just how it feels.
Yeah.
It's how it feels.
Like
On
I was
that
saying,
team, London has much more passion.
I do think there's deeper rooted problems than just one switch.
Mhm.
Like some problems with how the team plays with temp and Zuma, and really temp and accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
You should do it though.
I want to do it, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to. I can't. London's gonna go on. London's gonna go on. All right, so we got the Huntsman. All of us have Huntsman.
I know,
we got a perfect bracket going here so far. Huntsman, London playing here.
I'm gonna pick Huntsman off the rip.
Yeah, I'm taking Huntsman too.
You would think at this point, if they lose against FaZe, there's no way they're gonna lose again. Like they're sorry.
Or is that when they're at their most vulnerable?
Could be.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. They might lose again, but they're gonna make it out of bracket. Is what I'm trying to say.
Again, I would expect the Huntsman. I don't think this is any lock.
No, not at all. If you're playing London, I think London can beat any team.
Probably. I don't like London's search though. And if the Huntsmen are actually going over search, maybe they'll actually feel good about it this time around. But it depends how much practice they actually got with it. Like, are they just going through lobbies, or are they actually practicing what they're talking about here? I don't know.
You say that they didn't go through search, but look at Huntsman's search in the past. Like,
no, it was good.
They've been doing, so it's like now they've practiced it. It's probably just going to be better, you know.
You'd expect it to be.
I
mean, they look terrible to pick up.
Yeah.
They looked horrible.
Yeah, pick it look bad, but like either it's going to get worse because they're thinking too much about it now, but I don't
That's
see
true.
that happening. I think
Could be a
Huntsman's
factor.
going to just take it.
That can definitely happen though.
Absolutely.
Start thinking about it too much, and then things just don't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the Huntsman, but I don't feel good about it again. I don't.
Group A.
This
Group
could be.
A is a weird group.
This could be a Subliners Huntsman thing, and then the Huntsman make it through. This could be London actually being a good team. And
is it safe to say that we wouldn't be surprised if things are completely switched around? Like,
no,
if
by no means
London makes it out, or
I mean, there could be a world where the Huntsman beat FaZe, and now suddenly we're sitting at like a FaZe. Yeah. Like, there's something. There's a lot of room for chaos here, but it's hard to say where it's gonna happen.
Yes.
We still haven't seen half these teams play online yet, so we're still going off of a lot of guesses here.
Yeah.
So like that's what makes it really, 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 really tough, man. All right, so we all have FaZe and Huntsman going through with the exact same top bracket here. Hopefully, we have a little bit more fun here at the bottom.
I think Group E might be a little different.
Alrighty, Surge, LAG. Who you guys got?
Here's the mental process. Surge hasn't looked good historically.
Obviously.
Do they?
Neither of LAG.
Yes. Do they finally turn it around and come out hot?
I'd love to get a count on how many times we said Surge
I
turn
know.
it around.
I know. See, like, and that is what leads me to my decision of LAG is going to take this one. Is if they haven't turned
that
around,
means we're breaking on LAG turning it around.
but they have made a switch though.
Switch, right.
Yeah. So like I'm putting more stock into the fact that the new LAG is gaining energy, while the old Surge is just falling apart. That's kind of where I'm going with this decision.
I mean, it just depends how the Surge are taking this online league, man.
Yeah.
They seem pretty stupid tilted after the last one.
I know. But again, I think there is obviously an argument for the other way around.
And I mean, the thing, like in last tournament, like LAG was lagging all over the place. No pun intended. And they they lagged out of one of the DOMs, and they had to replay that, and so they had some connection problems early on. Now this is a West Coast game. Surge LAG, I mean, because all of the Surge are in Seattle, right?
I mean, it just depends on the server they get, right? Like,
so you'd think it'd be like some like San Francisco server or something.
do they get to? Well, I still don't even know. Do they choose a server, or is it literally just a random server?
I think somehow there's an algorithm that probably chooses which one's the best.
Yeah,
I don't know. So yeah, like that'll be interesting to see. I don't know. Who knows? I'm interested. I'm gonna take the Surge here, but the Dom. I feel good about the Surge on Dom. And I feel good about the Surge in the hard points. The S&Ds are toss-ups. So, like, I could see it going... If the LG is going to win, it's going to be Game 5. So
yeah.
Rex?
I agree with that point.
I'm going to go with Surge.
I think it'd be a 3-1.
I don't know. LAG actually shows... Because they added those 3 new players, that LAG has shown that they have ability. Like, LAG looks stronger than they did before. Those 3 subs are like thirsty. They're hungry to try and win. I think Surge has the egos though, where they're like, we're not going to lose to LAG, who has nobody on.
Last time
team.
they played, they beat them like what 250. It was like the only 100-point club of the year on Cave, right? Octane dropped like 44 or something.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
So
yeah,
they smoked them last time they played.
I think Surge is going to beat them. Based just off the fact that
I don't feel good about it.
Win. I don't think Surge wants to win every single game. As much as like a team should want to win every single, Surge just feels like the team where it's like they just want to win enough to be average so they can eventually get traded out. So like they lose LAG, it's like okay, their stock is going down. They're like okay,
I mean
we got to beat these guys, you know. So it's like they're gonna beat LAG, I think here, and especially since it's online too. Octane's really good. Who's a standout star in LAG right now? So I think Surge are going to take it.
I am so excited to talk. It's been so long since we've been able to talk about the Oak Boys. And finally, Empire versus OpTic Gaming.
Empire.
Woo!
Empire. There is no question. Is there?
Is there?
Josh?
I haven't seen OpTic play in a little bit, but if JCap's still on the team, I think we already know how this is going to go
Check
down.
that bingo box.
JCap's going to go 9-30 or whatever in hard point, and then they're all going to look at him. Well, I guess if they were to go, they all look at him, but won't say anything, and then he'll just stand up and walk away. And then when he walks away, they'll talk about him behind his back.
So you can submit the best of 3 bingo cards at PO Box 677.
Oh my god!
And I'll give you your door prize.
And then JCap will go home, and JCap will go tweet about how some football team lost a game.
He's playing Madden. No,
yeah, he'll be playing Madden or something. He won't even comment about any of the bad games he did or anything. He won't care.
Oh man,
and then he'll
dude.
Post
Okay.
a picture up where he's going Oak Boys, and then that's it.
I actually think I don't know. I feel like you guys are sleeping on OpTic. I mean, they made it out of the groups last time around.
They did.
And this was on LAN, obviously. We don't know how they're playing online, but
At their homestand.
in their homestand. But that was coming right off of the heels of them switching roles with Dashy playing sub, and obviously there was this whole whatever this whole Dashy thing was the past 3 weeks. Who knows what that was? I don't know if it was. We still don't know if it was bait or not. But Empire looked terrible.
Well, okay, that is a fact.
They did not look good last event.
Crimsix was mad about his experience.
They were ranting about that. Maybe it was a real problem. I mean, there was a moment where the kid looked like he was rubber banding a little bit, and it's like it was probably a real problem.
But OGLA is going to get it too, and OGLA is in California. Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe OGLA can turn it around. They've had so much time to actually figure something out.
Yeah.
But
Man,
What's your pick,
Did they-
Josh?
I'm taking OpTic, dude.
Oh my gosh, he's taking OpTic.
all right.
I know there's a few people in the comments that they think I'm an Empire hater. I'm really not. I love Clay. I like Crim. I like these guys. I like Kook. I like ILLeY. I like Shotzzy. But
Yeah.
I think this is the time. I think it's just a thing where OpTic might be here. I don't feel good about it. No,
I don't forget about it.
I feel like in this group, OpTic could beat all of them, but I don't think they're going to beat Empire. OpTic
Yeah.
just has that talent. But
I mean,
like,
this could be the bounce back game. So
OpTic's going to have one. I think OpTic's going to get that one tournament where they do really, really well, and then that's it. Is this that tournament? I don't know. But they're going to get one tournament that they do really well, and then it's going to be over.
yeah.
I'm actually gonna do something here that's gonna be a little crazy, but
Oh, really?
next pick. Ouch.
Oh gosh.
I'm good.
Sam's out here hurting himself out here. Okay, so we got. Well, you guys got Surge and Empire. Well, Rex has Surge Empire. Oh, we have all three different
With
matchups.
all different matchups.
Sam has LAG Empire. Rex has Surge Empire, and I have Surge OGLA. Who you guys got?
So I'm gonna go first here. I'm gonna say
Oh no!
LAG.
Wait, you're on
Why?
you're the captain of the bandwagon this time around.
Here's the thing.
You're on the orbit trail.
You were all skeptical of Surge LAG, and now when they play Empire, you're like, oh, it's definitely LAG. They beat NC. How far down has Empire gone in your power rankings here?
Hear me out. Hear me out here. LAG just beat Surge. They're feeling good. Now let's roll it back to Dallas and LAG's and Empire's matchup. Dallas beats them in hardpoint pretty handily, 250 to 169. LAG beats them in S&D, 6-3.
Yeah. Then there was a crazy hard.
Empire beats them on Dom pretty handily, 140. Now the hardpoint,
That was the Hackney hard point.
that was the Hackney hardpoint where
it was an ILLeY god.
ILLeY had to make a god play. If that went
It
to
would've gone
game
game
5.
five. I mean, Empire good in search though.
I know, but LAG beat them in the
That was
Arclov.
Arclov, and they looked good on Arclov.
I know. So this is where I'm going with this.
But LAG looked so. Then LAG played the Mutineers next, and then they looked terrible on Surge.
Well, okay, yeah. But this is online, baby. Anything can happen.
I mean,
I'm
for the
sticking with
sake
this.
of making things interesting.
Yes, I'm sticking with
Wow,
this.
you really threw a curveball at us
I threw
because
a
in the
curveball.
draft we had wrote up a draft here.
Yes.
And he had Empire.
No, yeah, I felt it coming on. This is what it is. So
Wow, now
I
the
mean,
Empire
I can
haters are
see
real
it.
pissed.
yes,
I can see it because
Rex, stand
all
Empire.
all these I am going to. Empire is going to beat Surge. But I can see because all these teams, when they're playing people of similar skill, it's just like, okay, even matchup, that's it. When these teams get a chance to play someone who's known as like the better team or like has big names on them, they get this more of a drive,
Yes.
especially on LAG where they got those 3 AM guys just coming in. They're S&D stars, and they're like, oh yeah, now we got to prove ourselves against Crim, against Clay, against Envy, you know. So I don't know. It's not totally far fetched for me, but I just don't see it happening.
Sam is truly the conductor of this new bandwagon. I mean, this is crazy. He's hyped over here, guys. I mean, you didn't get to see it, but he's out here fist pumping while Rex was going like, yes, this is it.
Rex was hyping it up.
But I'm going Surge versus Empire. I'm saying Empire.
Okay, all right. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. I don't blame you. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Empire and the LAG matchup at the bottom here. I ironically, I think the Empire will be fine.
Well, who do you have Surge versus OGLA?
Oh yeah, who was you went to the bottom.
Oh my word, I forgot. We hadn't already.
OGLA. Sure.
Oh, this is a fun one.
Yeah, it is a fun one.
This is a really fun one. So yeah, okay, guys. On the bracket here, I forgot to type my mind. I have Surge versus OGLA here.
If you have OGLA beating Empire but then losing to Surge.
Oh no, they're beating the Surge.
Okay, I was gonna say.
If you you have to have OGLA win.
Yeah, no, they're definitely beating the Surge.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just think the Surge again. I don't think I love OpTic's Search and Destroy either. So there's a world where, like, they actually match up maybe decent against OpTic. If Surge were ever to make it out of the group or out of the groups, this is how it would happen. They'd play OGLA and they'd beat them. So You Surge fans out here, I'm giving you guys some hope.
Yeah.
Some big time hope, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna take OGLA to beat them, probably in a 3-1 as well. But yeah. So moving down to the bottom, I already gave my pick away. I already spoiled that one. I have Empire LAG playing in the losers elimination game, and I'll take Empire. I think again it could be close again, like we saw before, just because I actually think LAG is a pretty solid team, but I just don't know if I buy them being that good.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I'll take Empire.
Go for it.
For me, I got LAG, OGLA in the losers bracket. At first I'm thinking I want to put OGLA there at winning it. But LAG, like I've almost convinced myself, I'm like, man, maybe LAG like has potential to beat OGLA. I think I'm gonna stick with my choice of OGLA taking it just off sheer talent. I don't know if LAG is gonna, I don't know, in a way care about that game as much. Maybe in the S&Ds they'll beat them.
I wonder how the servers work when LA is playing LA.
Yeah, so I think the respawns, I think OGLA is gonna win.
They should just land that.
They should just land.
Get a really long Ethernet cord.
Yeah. I'm about it.
Okay, so for me, OGLA versus Surge, I think at this point, if Surge lose to LAG, I think OGLA wins this one. This is my scenario here. Unfortunately, I would love to see Surge perform better, but I think at this point in the league, they may just be chalking it up. I don't know. I just don't have any confidence.
I have no confidence. I don't know. I'm honestly surprised I picked them to beat LAG because they were my boys last week.
But like the thing is like they could like
they match up well. That's the thing. Like I think they can beat them in all the respawns.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Surge versus OGLA. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's tough. I like I said, I have OGLA at the top there, so I don't blame you. All right, Rex, you got Surge OGLA as well in that matchup here.
Yep. So in the next round, so I'm gonna go with OGLA for this one. I think if they make it this far and they're playing the Surge, I think OGLA will go farther. I hate to say it, but I think they're gonna go to the championship
Rex
bracket.
is picking his boys to advance. Let's go.
Not my boys.
not my boys.
Yeah. So I got Surge. I got Surge Empire here. I do think the Empire will be fine. They'll make it out. They'll make it out. I mean, if they don't, I would be mind blown.
Yeah, just to keep rolling too, I am gonna pick Empire to make it out here. I don't know. I have them losing LAG. That most likely won't happen. But if they do, I do see them coming out just fine.
Right.
So
this creates for a really interesting bracket here for all of us. We're all pretty different here, which is rare for our championship brackets.
Well, I think we have all the same teams in there,
but all
except LAG, except for Sam. LAG.
I do.
We have like completely different matchups. This is actually really interesting. This is a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yes.
All right. Here's the bracket, guys, for you guys to see it. I've got FaZe Empire and OGLA versus Huntsmen, which are really fun matchups. Rex, also fun matchups. FaZe OGLA, Empire Huntsman, and Sam, FaZe Empire, LAG Huntsman.
Crazy.
Less interesting.
Yeah.
I think you have the best. I think you have the most interesting one. FaZe Empire. Obviously, everyone wants to watch that. Then OpTic versus Huntsman. Old OpTic versus new OpTic Huntsman. And then all the games after that are going to be unless OGLA wins.
No, but even OGLA versus FaZe is fun. OGLA Empire is fun. I mean, I'd be down for any of those matchups.
Yeah, kind of. It's all superstars here. Like it's like OGLA is full of just names.
Yeah, I definitely chose the superstars this time around. Holy moly! But yeah, I agree. All right, guys. So Sam, start us off. FaZe Empire. Let's start at the top here.
Yep. I think this would probably be a pretty.
We both have FaZe Empire.
Gosh. I kind of want to say easy, but I don't think it'll be easy. I think FaZe will still win, considering Empire's struggle with online last event, and then FaZe coming in again, wanting to prove everyone that they can still obviously are the best. I think FaZe are going to take it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Empire's luck against FaZe and Huntsman are going to continue here. I'm going to take FaZe. This could be a 3-0.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. One of these days, I don't know if it's going to be this tournament, but Empire is going to find a way to beat these teams, and then that's when Empire is just going to start soaring.
Honestly, again, I think
once
FaZe
they figure it
just
out, it's going to just stay that way, I think.
Yeah. FaZe is the one
Especially
team
against
where
Huntsman. maybe FaZe can adapt, but Huntsman,
Yeah.
I don't see them adapting.
FaZe is the team where if things aren't going right, they can still pull it off because of their skill.
I mean, they've only lost to the Rokkr.
Yeah. So
The Rokkr aren't playing here. At this point, I'm going to go with the trends and say FaZe are going to keep running the table.
Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess. Okay, so we've all got FaZe going through there into the championship round. Now, Sam's got LAG versus Huntsman. I've got OGLA versus Huntsman, and Rex has Empire Huntsman. So all 3 different matchups here. Sam kicks us off again.
Yeah. So in my scenario here, I have LAG winning Group E. But I still think at that point, I think Huntsman could beat them, obviously. So I'm gonna go Huntsman.
Yeah.
Although I probably should have them going farther if I think they're gonna win Group B. But at the same time, I think Huntsman are still obviously just better. So
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
That would be.
if LAG win,
If LAG wins, then maybe there is something to this online thing.
maybe.
But all right, Rex. Who you got, man? Empire Huntsman. It's another rematch. Another chance for that
Oh man,
Empire.
Rex.
This is such a hard one.
What do you think? Can they do it? Can they break the curse? What is it? 4, 3?
Huntsman was looking a little bad, but
3.
now they're making a switch back to formal running AR again. I want to say Empire so bad. Because it's going to happen. It's just I have to pick the right time when it's going to happen.
I honestly,
I think I got to go with Huntsman.
I'll be honest. I think if I was picking what you had picked, I might have picked the Empire.
Oh.
I think I got it. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You have to factor in though.
It's
This
a
is
Huntsman
online.
homestand. It's also
Again.
Huntsman homestand. It is online.
And Crim was again.
Is Crim in their heads
Crim.
for online
No.
COD?
No, I
I
don't
don't
think.
know.
I don't know. Probably not.
Crim is just
I'll
like
just throw that out
he was
there.
just so angry. Like
I think
it
Huntsmen
seems
want
like
to beat Empire really bad too.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. If the
And it's
Huntsmen are going to
homestand.
beat anyone, they're going to beat FaZe and Empire. Like it's just like that. It's just that's how Scump's teams work.
Yeah.
They beat the
Yeah.
good ones and they
they
lose to
lose
the bad.
ones. Yeah.
That's even how. That's what Arcitys was talking about. I mean, the same thing happened to EU last year. They were, for some reason, they just would struggle in random matches and make no sense.
I think I got to pick Huntsman. It
Yeah.
hurts me, and I hope it doesn't happen. I want Empire to win, but
I'm honestly surprised. I didn't think I was going to come out of this with the Huntsman in the final, but I don't see a world where OGLA beats them in a 5-game series. It just the matchups itself just don't make sense, and we've seen it before. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I would take the Huntsman here, and somehow we all have a Huntsman FaZe final, even though we had a crazy road to get
It all
there.
came back together.
Again, man, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we get shocked in this event. If
yeah,
just with the online factor, not knowing how these teams are going to play, like specifically Group A. I mean, we haven't,
yeah.
we're not seeing FaZe, London, or the Subliners online yet. Anything could happen up there.
Yeah, Mutineers won the last tournament, and Rokkr got second, which
Oh, yeah.
you
Beating the Huntsman and Empire. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah.
So that's why anything's possible. All right, so that brings us up to the final here. We've all got FaZe Huntsman. Sam's already written his in. No faith in formal, huh?
I just don't like Huntsman. Just looks so. Comparing to FaZe, Huntsman just looks so
More
Beat-
vulnerable.
more vulnerable. Like FaZe, yeah, they like only lost to Rokkr, whereas Huntsman have just struggled with multiple teams. So I think at this point it's just going to be skill, and FaZe just has.
Yeah, I mean, again, like if FaZe is playing the Huntsman, you expect both teams to be dialed in, ready to play, and like I don't think FaZe are going to underestimate the Huntsman.
No,
And Huntsmen are going to be playing up to FaZe. I think it'd be a close series, either a 3-1 or a 3-2 for sure. There's no way this thing's a 3-0, but it's a rematch, which is really interesting. And if I'm ever going to pick the Huntsmen to beat FaZe, it'd be in a rematch in the grand finals. Oh man, did FaZe beat Huntsmen twice? Rex, you picked FaZe.
I pick FaZe. I don't think the judgment and like the vibes are so clouded with FaZe, and I think that's what's gonna make FaZe more clear-headed going into this. FaZe just plays their game. They play their game really, really well. And Huntsmen, they seem confused for some reason. Why are they switching Formal out for subs? Like, they think they got these problems, which no one else really sees as much, but they see them. So I think it's going to cloud the Huntsmen a little bit. They're going to want to win really bad.
Yeah.
Which could carry the Huntsmen, but I think the fact that FaZe is so good, so level-headed, so clear on what they are and what they're going to do, I think it's what makes FaZe so good.
No, I mean, I agree. I just think FaZe's fundamentals in every game mode are better.
Yeah. So I think FaZe is going to take it just because they're just almost a more professional team.
The Huntsmen beat the good teams who also rely on their gun skill. Like, you could debate Empire has tried that, especially in Respawn. So I agree. I mean, I feel like I have to take FaZe. I mean, FaZe is the team I have more confidence in long term too. Like if I'm hedging my bets here, like if a team's gonna get upset early, it's gonna be the Huntsmen. So just like in March Madness, why you don't take that upset in the finals because like you don't want to pick the risky team because it's hedging your bets. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pick the team who we all expect to win. We've all three have FaZe winning this tournament.
There we go. Pretty crazy.
Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Look at us. We made it.
Look at us.
Who'd have thought? But okay, so let's go through the last thing here. Just our our MVP pick and the team most likely to bust.
Yeah.
And the biggest sleepers team, and then player, and then most improved player all around. Let's go through these little topics right here real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so who do you got as the MVP of this tournament? We all have FaZe winning it, so which FaZe player is the MVP?
I'm going to say Priesta.
Okay. I have Simp. I think it's going to be Simp in the Huntsman finals that Simp is going to start carrying and show us like how great he is.
I agree. I feel like I have to take Simp based off my arguments with the whole Envoy thing. I mean, if someone's going to beat Envoy, it's going to be Simp, right? And so I'll take Simp. I agree. I mean, Priesta, why Priesta over Simp or Cellium? Or Abezy?
Pretty much Simp was the easy answer. I'm just going to say
I respect it.
Maybe Priesta comes out, Yeah.
All right, I respect it. Team most likely to bust. Sam?
I'm with London.
Okay. Rex has London as well.
Yeah, so I did see that Rex did London too.
Why, guys?
I feel like London made a change, and so they've historically been right on the edge. Like they've been good, but they just haven't been able to close it out. You would think that expectations would be high now that they've seemingly gotten rid of what was wrong, which we really don't know if that was, whatever. But I would think London has some pretty high expectations. I can see them losing two in a row.
Right, they got a tough group.
Yeah, that would be the bust, I would think. So
yeah, I'm basically the same boat. I mean, it's going to be a shame that London was put in their group. If London was in the other group, I'd probably have them coming out instead of OGLA.
Yeah.
But I think London, they made these switches and they're already this really good team who's like almost on the brink of being like one of the great teams.
Mm-hmm.
But now they make this switch and I feel like I just have a feeling it's just going to go downhill almost.
Yeah.
So I see London busting.
I mean, based off my predictions, I think you probably can figure out either it's the Huntsman or the Empire as my most likely to bust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the Huntsman just because their expectations are so high. Like I'm just kind of going off like everyone's expecting the Huntsman to play FaZe here in the final. But I mean, again, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they come out so flat and something goes wrong horribly awry. Same thing with Empire. So I'll go with one of those two. Biggest sleeper team, the most underrated team.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are aligned here.
No, I was going to say Surge, but based on my predictions,
based on your predictions.
I need to say LAG.
Yeah.
I can't say Surge here. So I thought Surge, but then thinking about it again, off my predictions, it's got to be LAG. Yeah. If it happens.
You changed this thing since you put that in.
Yes.
So Rex, who you got?
I switched mine. I had Surge too, but looking at it, I think I got to put OGLA as the most underrated.
Hey.
And it
boys up.
kills me to say that, but don't.
Don't
never,
say it.
ever taint this podcast with that. But OGLA, I feel like can be underrated. They haven't figured it out, but the talent is there, minus JCap. They get rid of him. They could be a good team.
Double bingo.
Double bingo. He said it.
And I'm not even kidding. Like it's not even a joke. JCap is really, really bad.
Yeah.
And they find somebody who can take his place and actually pull good numbers for the team. Just be average. Just go even. It's all you have to do, and they could do something. Also, there's a chemistry issue, but maybe they'll figure that out. I don't know.
I've got OGLA as well as my biggest sleeper. I mean, biggest sleeper of a player. We're all going OpTic here?
Yeah. I have TJ.
Really?
Maybe he did show some signs of life.
I mean, he did.
What was that? I can't remember what the series was.
It was LA.
Was LA. So yeah. So I would just assume he could keep it going.
Wow, we all have OG players here. That's surprising.
But yeah.
Yeah, I have Kenny. I just thought, I mean, Kenny is like, no one's talked about Kenny this year at all. I mean, to be fair, he's been pretty average. I mean, he's got like hovering around a 1 KD this year. He's been average at best. I mean, I understand not talking about him, but if OpTic are going to make a run this time around, it's going to require Kenny to be playing like 1.05, 1.1 Call of Duty KD wise. And so that's why I'm going to say he's probably the biggest sleeper going into it. And so that's where I'm at with it. I mean, Rex, you got Slasher, huh?
I have Slasher. I mean, we've known Slasher. He's been good in like all the CODs. He's always been
he's
a
been
player
nasty
to look at. And I think that hasn't changed. I think it's just the team that's around him. If my prediction is right, that OGLA kind of figured something out, I think Slasher is going to be able to excel.
As the main AR.
As the main AR, I think Slasher can be the guy to be the biggest sleeper and actually pull some good numbers.
If OpTic is playing great, you'd expect their main AR to be hovering like at a 1.2 plus KD, and like that would mean Slasher's one of the best KDs in the tournament, and so I could see that happening for sure. All right, our last thing here, most improved player from last event. Damn.
I went with Formal.
Shocker. Man. Wow.
Formal, like, obviously everyone knows I love Formal, and he did not perform as well. And I think you kind of just have to like assume if they go back to where they were, he will be the most improved. Just, I mean, he
won't drop like, what did he drop, a 0.7?
Oh my word, what was that? What was that? Like, he was 18 and 30?
He was like, not like 4, yeah,
14
like,
or something?
Yeah, something around there, like 16 and 30 or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I just went with Formal just for the sheer fact that he did not do well at all. So
Rex, who'd you go with? Oh,
I mean, I also have Formal in there, because like, how do you not say?
I should have Rex be going first year sometimes. I
know, but how do you not say Formal though? Like Sam said, it's like
that's my argument.
And
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like if they're going to the final,
and Formal we know is not that bad. Going into the next event, like this event, Formal's just gonna be better, especially if he's
just by stats.
Old role, But also another name I want to throw out there. Maybe Crimsix is going to perform better.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Crimsix doing a lot more improvement and like helping his team a lot more than he did this last time. We know Crimsix not bad at this game.
Yeah,
he just didn't do as great as we would hope in the last tournament. So I could see him doing better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised at that. I mean, again, if Crim's improving, that means Empire's probably going to be playing pretty well.
Yeah.
I said Apathy. I mean, he couldn't have had a worse event last time around. I mean, he was in that Formal boat.
Unfortunate.
I have to go back and look at the stats. I don't have him in front of me right now, but he might have been worse than Formal. He had a really, really bad event, dude.
Yeah, he just had a kid literally like days.
Yeah, and so maybe there was something up with that. Like he just wasn't well rested. I mean, that could easily be a problem, and a lot of stress or whatever it is. So I'm expecting Apathy bounce back, and hopefully that would help the Surge, beat LAG, because that's what I'm expecting at least. So yeah, I mean, he's been like at like a 1.05, 1.09 like this whole year, and then this event out of nowhere, he just like dropped like a 0.7 or whatever it was. I'm like, what in the world happened?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Apathy can bounce back because he's been a solid player this year for sure. So, with that said, again, we want to talk about the fantasy league real quick here at the end.
Yeah.
So we're doing a draft buff fantasy draft royale. So what it is, it's like a daily fantasy style thing. So like basically for the whole weekend, you pick 5 guys with a budget. And you can join. The link is going to be in the description of the podcast. So make sure to click that link and join up and compete against us. We'll all have our rosters. Obviously, you guys can finish 4th or below. So that'll be fun for you guys.
I actually don't have any confidence in myself, so
I've already made my lineup. It's nasty, let me tell you. It's actually insane. I'm definitely winning this thing. That's all I gotta say.
Wow.
So you guys can have fun finishing second.
wow, the ego. Eesh.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Make sure to click that link down below and join us there. We do appreciate all the support, the likes, the comments, the shares, whatever it is. We really, truly do appreciate it. The reviews. Someone, for the love of all things, leave a review so I don't have to keep saying we'll read the reviews on the next podcast, because we will read the reviews on the next podcast when they are made. So, as always, guys, I'm Josh, SalvationsElite. To my right is Bash, Sam, Bash _Bo3. And to our farthest right on the screen is Rex, ShadyNero. And as always, guys, Rex is getting his lips ready, giving you a kiss. And guys, we will see you in episode 21 of the Best of the Call of Duty Esports Podcast. We'll see you next time. We out.